Dear educators and a member of the opposition team, as the opposition team, we believe that its motion should stand. First thing first, we must understand about what this heavily taxing here means. So in context of the motion, we as the government side impose significant financial charge to disincentivize certain practices in corporation industry. This is due to the current status quo with majority of workforce reversed to replacing their human labor with machines, robots, and AI-based system. As the opposition team and as the Prime Minister, I will deliver two arguments that stands with the motion. Our side of the house will state that first, we believe that automations lead to a large-scale unemployment and a significant rise in machine-dependent environments. And the second one, we believe that heavily taxing this corporation will create a healthier workplace environment, benefiting everyone, including the corporate, human labor, and our planet. Nowadays, automation is spreading rapidly across the global manufacturing sector. While it brings speed and cost efficiency, it displaces millions of human labor and changes this world into a world that is dependent and centered on machines, not human. Not only that, the overuse of machines in factories, for example, have been contributing more into the world's environmental issues like carbon pollution and greenhouse effect. As people face the rapid growth of unemployment and inequality, corporations enjoy the profit from the sale without facing any consequences. Therefore, the status quo brings us into a big question. Should corporations be taxed to account for the social and environmental consequences of mass automation? As the government side of the house, we will say yes. Firstly, we will state that automation have been leading us to a large-scale unemployment and machine dependence. The mass automation that have been done by corporates are resulting in over-reliance on machines that slowly destroy the earth. Corporations reduce their production costs by replacing workers with robots or AI systems. But this procedure creates mass unemployment and removes human as the center of the producing system itself. Today, in countries like China and Japan, factories operate almost entirely without humans, increasing the competitions to get a job. In result of automation will create a fragile workplace system without ethics. Excessive automations in the manufacturing sector have resulting in the mass displacement of human workers. As corporations pursue greater efficiency and profit, they are rapidly replacing people with machines that can work for longer hours, requiring the benefits and incur fewer operational risks. This affects low and medium skilled workers who often lack the means and opportunity to transition into new roles. When entire sectors shift toward automation, communities that depend on manufacturing jobs face rising poverty, inequality, and social instability. Unlike past industrial transitions, today's automation is happening faster and with less regard for workforce reintegration, leaving millions of people behind. Beyond the economic impact, over-automation creates an unhealthy dependence on machines. While machines can streamline processes, they are also very inflexible, prone to technical failures, and incapable of moral and creative judgment. Also ethically, as industries rely more on algorithms and robotics, they risk creating fragile systems that collapse when unexpected challenges arise, such as supply chain disruption or system errors. Additionally, the growing absence of human oversight weaken ethical accountability in production lines. Without balanced integration of human labor, manufacturing evolves into a rigid, impersonal, and potentially dangerous environment, both socially and structurally. If we link back this argument to the motion, when we allow automation to dominate without restriction, we damage job markets and weaken human roles in workforce, making our industry less resilient and more machine-dependent. We must prevent a future where machines dominated and human workers are sidelined, unemployed, and irrelevant. Secondly, we believe that heavily taxing these corporations will create a healthier workplace environment. We believe that taxing heavily automated corporations incentivize better corporate behavior that benefits all stakeholders. With high taxes, we discourage over-automation and encourage companies to retain human labor, invest in upskilling and promoting ethical practices. In result of this, we expect the breakdown of risk and improvement the adaptability of retaining skilled workers of the company, benefiting the company itself. And as to the workers, they will, with fewer jobs eliminated, people will feel more secure and workplace will be a place that is more dynamic, collaborative, and adaptive. Not only that, automation that often increases the energy use and electronic waste will be reduced because the tax will pressure corporations to consider sustainable practices and reduce harmful production of the footprints. A heavy automation tax would serve as a necessary incentive for corporations to re-evaluate about how they integrate technology into the workplace. Rather than pursuing automation at the expense of human labor, companies would be encouraged to maintain a balanced workforce that combines the strength of both human intelligence and also machine efficiency. This creates more adaptive and collaborative environments where human skills like creativity, communication, and problem solving are still valued. Employers will have greater job security and motivation, leading to healthier organizational culture and more sustainable industrial practices. Taxing automation therefore restores fairness and discourages the reckless elimination of jobs in name of profit. Moreover, the revenue generated from such a taxation can be reinvested into society in ways that multiply its benefit. Government can fund vocational retaining and upskilling programs for displaced workers, helping them transition into relevant and future-proof careers. The tax could also support environmental reforms by financing green technologies or reducing industrial waste. Even corporations benefit in the long term by contributing to a more skilled workforce and sustainable economy. They operate in a more stable market with stronger consumer demand and public trust. In short, automation taxation is not something punitive. It is something that is transformative, that is reshaping the industrial landscape to prioritize people and put it alongside the progress itself. To link back this argument to our motion, we have to understand that the tax acts as a corrective tool, not to punish innovation. It is a way to guide corporations to go to a direction that balances human welfare, environmental sustainability, and corporate interests. Now we might be wondering about how this policy mechanism would work. Now, before I conclude, allow me to present to you our model and how we will implement this motion in practice. Under our model, the affirmative team will impose a progressive automation tax on manufacturing corporations that automate at least more than 40% of their workforce. The tax rate will scale based on the percentage of human labor replaced and the profit gained from the automation. The collected revenue will be used to fund retaining and upskilling programs for displaced workers. It will provide subsidies to companies that maintain or rehire human laborers and to support environmental initiatives to counteract the ecological impact of industrial automation. We understand that the opposition team of the House may argue that automation boosts innovation and competitiveness. We agree, but in the end, unchecked automation comes at a too high risk. Our proposal as the affirmative team is not to completely ban automation, but to regulate it responsibly, ensuring that the progress is beneficial and not destructive. The educators and the opposition team, in conclusion, automation without accountability will weaken the workplace culture and harms our economy and environment. By taxing corporations and automate excessively, we build a system that follows people responsibility and shared progress. As the Prime Minister, we are proud to propose. Thank you very much.